Howdy, I'm Jace and I'm a sex addict. This is Sex Life, where we talk about sex and we talk about life openly and honestly. This week's question came in about my hands, the new state of my hands, asking what happened to your fingers. So that's a two-part answer. The first thing that happened to my fingers is I was doing jujitsu classes and we were drilling and I got injured during jujitsu. Um, that's part one. Part two is that for about 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, I had this hand splinted and then I had it like buddy fingered, wrapped, taped, buddy taped, whatever you call it. But it was really inconvenient because I write and I do most of my work is on a computer, and it's really hard to not have use of your right hand. And so I just got really frustrated, and I felt like, you've had 2 weeks to resolve yourself. I'm not going to worry about it now. Life has to continue on. And as time progressed, weeks went by, the pain increased, and pain on my left hand was really increasing. And also, I noticed I had a large bump on my left pinky finger on the bottom, the bendy part. And I didn't do anything about it for weeks. That's the second part of this. I have a really bad tendency to not take care of my physical self. That goes back a really long way for me. I grew up with the idea that I was not worthy of care and nurturing. And so as an adult, I brought that with me, where I don't feel like I should worry about it when I am in pain because I'm not really worthy of not being in pain. That sucks. And I know it's not true. Nobody should be in pain. The body is designed to not be in pain. And when we're in pain, it's the body's way of being like, hey, something's not right. And I ignore it every time. I'm working on it, but that's hard for me. And because I grew up as a person who went through abuse at a really young age, I created a split in my brain to disassociate from pain and discomfort, where it just goes into its own little compartment and I don't think about it or deal with it. It's really common for people who have gone through trauma to disassociate from pain or discomfort and to just not live in reality. So I do that. I have a really, like, what they call like a high pain threshold, but it's just that because I was in pain every day of my life, pretty much my entire life, I don't really register pain the way that normal people do. And then I don't take it very seriously when I am in pain. So I went many weeks not taking care of my hands, just ignoring the problem until my romantic partner, as well as some great friends in recovery, really encouraged me to go and get some help to see what was going on. So I did. I don't like going to the doctor, but I did. And so in my right hand, I have a sprain, and in my left hand, I have a fracture. And the doctor's advice was rest your hands, like just don't use them. And I'm like, I'm a human, right? Like I can't not use my hands. So I'm trying to rest them as much as I can, but I have to use them for a lot of things. So it's a difficult time, but I think it's a really good opportunity for me to live in reality, which as an addict has not always been my jam. And it's a time for me to practice allowing other people to help me, which is also not something that I am accustomed to, which is the case for a lot of people who have gone through trauma and a lot of addicts as well. So thanks for your concern. I will be like this for the next several weeks. So as silly as it looks, take me seriously. No, but I'm doing what I can, and I'm also working on showing my body the love that I have been showing to my mental, emotional, and spiritual side the last few years in recovery. So that's what happened to my hands, and that's what I'm doing about it. Feel free to send in your questions or comments to my website, jacedowney.com. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any videos. You probably were fine to miss this video, but there will be other ones, and they will be interesting, and they will be relevant. You won't want to miss them, or maybe you will, I don't know, but if you don't, subscribe. And as always, stay curious.